and then you want to see Republicans control all those key committees. You don't care what a guy does or how he votes as long as you still do.
Well, why do we want to control those key committees? It's for important things like defending America from terrorism and the Supreme Court. I would say those are the top two issues,
so
right?
if Lincoln Chafee's voting like a Democrat, call yourself a Democrat.
He votes against Iraq. He voted against Samuel Alito for the Supreme Court. I mean, it actually is true. I agree with Republicans. Yes, we can vote for a rotten Republican in order to finally get control of the federal judiciary back. Well, he doesn't vote with us on that.
So you're saying, ta-ta, go, we don't need you.
Well, I mean, it's more than that. He's just an idiot, and he has this magnificent Republican.
He's not an idiot.
No, he is. Have you seen the debates?
Some very mean things. I read.
Have you seen the debates? Because I've been watching the debates.
But now that's a little unfair. You said that Lincoln Chafee is a Democrat is Lincoln Chafee. As the expression goes, if Chafee switched parties, the average IQ on both sides of the aisle would go up.
Yes.
It's a little mean.
No, it's accurate. Oh, no. He thinks filibuster is the new drink at TGI Fridays.
Let's say he loses. A Democrat gets in there. Let's say Joe Lieberman.
Look, he may lose.
Follow the math. Joe Lieberman wins because you have people like Jack Kemp campaigning for him, the White House all but campaigning for him.
Right.
So Democrats pick up some steam here.
They're going to, as I've said many times, this should be the Democrats' year. They ought to be picking up 60 seats in the House, dozen seats in the Senate. The point is, we're not winning with Chafee what they're getting with Lieberman. These are not parallel cases, and I don't support Lieberman. Well, if you could advise Jack,
okay, right, you said there's a Republican running there, right?
Right.
But all the Republicans are ignoring him.
This Republican isn't. Human Events isn't. Of course you vote for the Republican.
All right, but they're not. That's the point. So what do you think that means?
We'll see how Republicans vote, and what it means is the Republican Party, the establishment of the Republican Party will never acknowledge that Americans like conservatives. For some reason, they're terrified of admitting they're conservatives. I mean, Ronald Reagan was as conservative as they come on social issues, and he won in 2 landslides, historic landslides. Barry Goldwater was conservative on national defense and taxes, but liberal on all the social issues, on abortion, on gays. And let's see, he had the most historic defeat ever. That doesn't work. And New Yorkers and people who live within the Beltway think that, oh yes, if we're just good on taxes and national defense, we can sell out the social conservatives, sell out the Christian conservatives. That has never been a winning formula. It has always been a losing formula.
You've also said in that the way the Republicans have handled their majority in Congress, maybe they deserve to lose.
No, I don't think I've said
that. But look at what well, all right, then I misspoke.
I'm a little testy.
Well, you know what?
Some of them on some issues.
I would make that statement, that they deserve to lose. If you can't get a budget under control, if you can't make tax cuts permanent, if you can't do some of the things you got here for, if you're spending more than any Democratic administration has in the past, then a pox on your house,
if I could just say this just completely proves my point on Chafee. They have to deal with Republicans like Lincoln Chafee and some who aren't quite as bad as he is, but are still voting for big budgets. Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of Republicans who are afraid of being conservatives. Conservatism
if that's the case, then you're right. If that is the case, if that's reality now,
we should run against them in primaries and defeat them. And there's a magnificent candidate running against Lincoln Chafee in Rhode Island, this Steve Leahy. He's
So does he have any chance?
I don't know that Chafee has a chance in the general. I mean, as you say, Rhode Island's a Democrat state. I mean, if I were a Democrat, I would be humiliated to be represented by someone like Lincoln Chafee.
You are Republican. The party, is it fair to say, kind of has lost its vigor and soul?
No, I think there have always been a lot of rotten Republicans. That doesn't mean there are any good Democrats.
But
what
if they've lost their mojo and they've screwed up running the government.
That isn't all of them. The vast majority of House Republicans are magnificent.
So, but they're the ones who are the most in danger of losing that majority of the House right now, right?
Only because 100% of them are up, whereas only a third of the senators are up.
Very good point. But your best bet, off your election, it's not going to be good for the Republicans, period, right?
I think it's going to be, Republicans just can't keep winning everything. But we'll see. I mean, the Democrats have gotten so crazy, and they're now relying on people who still think they're voting for FDR.
I think they're just sitting on the clock, right?
For the fall elections?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't do anything. Don't say anything. Just sit on the clock.
Well, except they can't resist. They have to say something, and I don't think that's helping.
Okay. Ann Coulter, always good seeing you. Godless is the book, still on the bestseller list.